We scan them for menus, parking, and flights without a second thought. But for investigators, scanning a suspect QR code is incredibly dangerous. How does Professor Adam Scott Wandt safely analyze these digital threats without compromising his own devices? Welcome to Wandt, the AI-narrated technology video series unpacking the latest lectures and thoughts from Professor Adam Scott Wandt. Professor Wandt teaches at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and while this episode is assembled by AI, the threat landscape we are exploring today comes straight from his investigative research. To understand the threat, look at how a QR code operates. It is an opaque container holding data, most commonly a URL, that a human simply cannot read. You have to commit to scanning it before you can see where it leads. You are forced to trust before you look. Because of that required blind faith, a technology designed for everyday convenience has quietly become an expansive, underappreciated digital attack surface. The compromise usually begins in the physical world. Attackers paste fraudulent QR stickers directly over legitimate ones on trusted city parking meters or EV charging stations. When a driver tries to pay, they hand their credit card data straight to a thief. Then there is Quishing, or QR-based phishing. The malicious code directs mobile users through a complex redirect chain, bypassing standard corporate email filters entirely and landing them on a highly convincing, spoofed portal designed to harvest their login credentials. Sometimes credential theft isn't even required. A single quick tap from a smartphone camera app can direct a device to download a malicious configuration profile, granting an attacker broad control over the hardware before the victim even registers an attack is underway. The true danger lies in the lack of friction. These codes take the mundane act of trusting a printed piece of paper and convert it directly into device compromise. When a bank account is drained or a municipal meter is compromised, the problem shifts to law enforcement. But digital investigators quickly run into a severe structural wall. Malicious QR campaigns rely on ephemeral infrastructure. Destination URLs are hosted on short-lived domains that rotate and vanish within hours. Furthermore, a scan leaves almost no permanent evidence on the victim's phone to extract, no email headers and no SMS logs. This breaks standard forensic workflows. Detectives are left holding a physical sticker carefully preserved in an evidence bag, but they have absolutely no digital trace of the payload it delivered. To uncover what that preserved sticker actually did, an investigator has to actively scan the code, and that creates a massive operational paradox. Scanning a piece of suspect evidence with standard department hardware is reckless. It risks infecting the investigator's own device, or accidentally downloading highly illegal materials directly onto a government network. Free, professional online QR parsers like Joe Sandbox exist, but they come with a critical flaw: telemetry. These sites automatically collect and transmit usage data to external servers. Uploading unvetted edits to a third-party website over the public internet is a severe violation of law enforcement confidentiality protocols. It broadcasts the focus of an active investigation to unknown entities. The investigator is effectively trapped. Every conventional method to analyze a malicious QR code forces a choice between compromising the security of their hardware or compromising the privacy of their case. Professor Wandt recognized this exact gap in forensic capabilities. His answer is QRLoom, a bespoke, paid application developed natively for Apple iOS and Mac environments. QRLoom operates in a strict, fully isolated sandbox. When a detective scans a suspect code, the application contains the execution entirely within its own walls, completely walled off from the rest of the phone's operating system. But its most vital feature is its zero-telemetry design. Absolutely no scan data, URL histories, or case information ever leave the device or cross the public internet. By combining a hardened sandbox with zero outward communication, QRLoom allows investigators to dissect dangerous digital evidence with total, uncompromising privacy. Inside that safe environment, the software performs advanced threat detection. It forensically tears down the QR data and automatically checks the code's hash against established registries of known malicious payloads. If an investigator needs to move seamlessly from the field to the lab, they can choose to enable highly secure, encrypted data syncing via iCloud between their iPhone and Mac. Once the analysis is complete, The software exports the findings directly into court-ready PDF reports, allowing the detective to drop the technical breakdown straight into their evidentiary files. QR codes have turned the physical world into a digital minefield, but with privacy-first tools like QRLoom, investigators finally have the secure environment required to dissect the threat. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the intersection of emerging technology and digital forensics. QRLoom effectively turns an ephemeral, invisible weapon into concrete, actionable justice. Stay curious and want knowledge.